Hey everybody, it's Malika Jackson, team lead of the Jackson team with Bennett Realty Solutions. How are you? I am back for day 38 of our top 50 real estate terms in 50 days. Thank you for joining me once again. So today, our term of the day, can I get a drum roll, please? You know, I always ask for a drum roll. Our term of the day is title. Now we're going to be talking about everything that has to do with title, because this was two people actually reached out to our team and asked, can you talk about title? What is title work? What is the title company? Who is the title attorney? Why do I need them? When do I need them? What do I need them for? You know, it was that between the two people, they asked a combination of questions. So let's talk about title. So the title side of real estate, they do so many things. The title side is like the gatekeeper, okay? And so, number one, they are the most highly regulated part of real estate, in my opinion, because they do everything. So, when you are either a seller or a buyer and you have a home that you're buying or selling, as soon as your contract is signed, your contract is going to be sent over to the title company. That's step one. Once the title company gets your contract, they're going to do a few things. One, they're going to double check to make sure the deposit is in. So if you're the buyer and you have to submit a deposit, your deposit is going to be held at the title company. The title company is a neutral party that will hold the money for the benefit of both the buyer and the seller. So now this is the thing. You have to choose your title company wisely. And in the state of Maryland and in the District of Columbia, technically the buyer is the one that chooses the title company. It's a benefit given to them by the state. So whoever your buyer chooses, that's where your money is going to be held. So when the title company gets the contract, they make sure that they have a deposit in place, because the deposit says that this is a ratified contract and that all parties are ready to move forward. So they protect the money. They have a fiduciary responsibility to protect the money in the contract. They also check the title of the property. So they go back decades and decades and decades and make sure that there are no financial liabilities attached to the property. Because did you know that if a property has a lien or a judgment and that property is transferred, the new buyer now becomes responsible for that lien or judgment. So part of what title does is they go back and look at the current owner of the property and any previous owners of the property to make sure that there are no financial problems that the new buyer is going to incur. So they do that. They also make sure that we have marketable title, meaning that this property can legally be sold. They have to look at who has the right to sell and make sure that those are the people that are selling and those are the people signing the contract. Because trust me, in all these years, I have had a few times where someone who did not have the legal right to sell has tried to sell a property and it gets messy. Like for instance, I had an inherited property. It was a 3-person sibling group. One sibling wanted to sell to get the money. The 2 other siblings did not want to sell. They wanted to keep Big Mama's house. One person tried to sell. Of course, once it gets the title, that's canceled. Title's checking and finding it all. So they're there to protect you in your transactions. And they also conduct the actual closing. So when you see us taking the pictures and we're sitting at the table and you see the person sitting at the end of the table, that's the title agent or the title attorney or the title closer. Now, a little secret you didn't know about your girl Malika, I also have a title license and I conduct closings as well. I don't talk about that much. I pretty much talk about the sales that I do, but you must have more than one source of income. And so everything I do is under the real estate umbrella, because I'm not going to be all over the place, but I do several things in real estate. And I also have a title producer license in addition to the other licenses that I have, so that I can conduct closings. And I really like doing those. They're a lot of fun, actually. So when you go to the title company, you'll see the title closer at the end of the table. And pre-COVID, we used to have the buyer on one side and the seller on the other side, and everyone signing and passing keys and congratulating each other and things like that. Now with COVID, you'll have the title closer at the end, and you'll have just one party at the table. But that's another thing the title company does, is they conduct the closing. So when you're sitting there and you're the buyer or the seller and you have a stack of paper that you have to sign, it is the title company's job to explain all those documents to you. Because you have a deed that has to be signed or relinquished. You have a note that has to be signed. You have addendums, you have disclosures, you have all kind of important forms that you have to have signed so that you can properly transfer this property. So that's what title does. Title is the gatekeeper. They are the money holder. You have a title attorney, you have a title processor. If you hear title company, they're talking about all the same thing. We cannot do anything without going through the title company first. And they actually have underwriters that protect what they do, and they have to satisfy the underwriters. So if you get a call from your title company and they say, hey, we need you to fix this, we need you to fix that, whether you're an agent or a buyer, listen to them. Just do what they say, because they are the ones making sure that this whole transaction goes down in a legally binding matter. Okay, so that's title. That's what they do. I have great title companies. If you need referrals, get a good title company. Keep them in your pocket, because you never know when you're going to need them. And that's it. That's day 36. I lost my train of thought of my top 50 real estate terms in 50 days. I'll be back tomorrow. I realized I skipped a day. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about points. Oh my goodness. Before I got into real estate, I was so confused about points. You hear about points all the time. Points can be used to your advantage. So we're going to talk about how to use points to help you save money, and when you have to pay points. We're going to talk about that on tomorrow's top 50 real estate terms in 50 days. So once again, I thank you so much for joining me. If you need to buy or sell, please let me know. And guess what I'm going to start doing? On these 50 real estate terms in 50 days, I'm going to start giving out things. So every day, I'm going to give out a different piece of information that I'll be sending you for free. You can send me your email address and I'll send it over to you. And I'll let you know day by day what I'm going to be giving out. Because if you all are coming to keep hearing me run my mouth, I want to make it beneficial for you. So I'm going to start giving things out. Okay, just want to let you know that. Anyway, thanks for rolling with your girl once again. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.